Hi everyone. I'm here to do a reading for the zodiac sign of the. Oh my gosh, I almost just said that backwards. I am here to do a reading for the zodiac sign of Aries. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. I've already pre shuffled all the decks that I'm going to use just to kind of save some noise here. Aries, I do feel like you guys are right on the verge of making a decision. I feel like you guys are a little bit hesitant. Might have to do with a personal relationship, might have to do with any type of relationship, really. I do feel some hesitation here. I do feel like there's a need to reorganize your space, to reorganize where it is that you operate. I feel like it's necessary for you to get things in order here. So I definitely feel like you're in an attempt right now to recapture something, or somebody who you're connecting with is in. They're taking action to recapture some type of romance, to recapture some type of spirit, to recapture the chemistry that two of you had, or you're trying to recapture this chemistry that the both of you had, because no matter what, there's a magnetic connection that you're dealing with here. I feel very drawn to this person. This person, you could have known them for a very long time. They could speak to your inner child a lot. Like, they're very playful, they're very youthful energy. Playfulness, chemistry, and passion. I mean, I can't get any more self-explanatory than that. You're dealing with a connection that you're free to take action on. You're free to initiate. You're free to work together. Like, there's a lot of passion between two people here. There's nothing that's separating you guys. And we have worth waiting for here. I feel like something's being set up, something's being aligned. You might be in a state right now where you're not sure what's going on. You feel like something's happening, but you're not sure. But it's like divine timing coming into play here. And honestly, like, we as human beings, we don't control that. I don't care who you are. We don't control divine timing. It happens when it's meant to happen. So stay optimistic, whatever it is. You're connecting with somebody who you have a great dear. You have a very, I almost just said dearful. This person might say deer a lot, or maybe like you call them deer, or there's something about deer, maybe the animal deer. It's an awareness. It's a clear connection. Like, you guys go from being like children to being adults. Like, it's a beautiful connection. It really is. You have codependency at the bottom of the deck. So there's a reason for some type of a delay. Now, I don't see that you guys are separated. I actually feel like you guys are very much well together in maybe another realm, dream realm. But your energies are playing with each other. And I feel like physically you might be at a distance from this person. But I do feel like emotionally there's still some things that are being worked through. You could have been dealing with somebody who's recovering from an addiction. You could have been dealing with somebody who has been taking time for mental health reasons. You could be connecting with somebody who just needs to... You could be actually dealing with somebody who is aware of, like, codependency, so they're hyper protective of, like, their own energy because they don't want to become codependent. So it's like this person's kind of keeping it at a distance because they know that they have a pattern with codependency. But I'm also feeling here that there's, you could be in feminine energy right now, where you could be just, like, yearning for this connection. Where it's like you're desiring this connection, you want it to come together. But watch that. Like, watch being in that energy, because, like, you can go from a high vibration to a low vibration pretty quick that way. Because you're yearning for something. It's like, learn how to transmute that into, instead of yearning, but excitement for the future, excitement for what hasn't happened yet. You see what I'm saying? Because, like, if you get stuck in the past, it might actually drag this out a little bit longer. Because you block yourself. Like, and I know that's kind of hard to explain and hard to understand, especially if you're kind of new to energy in general. But you can actually block yourself from receiving the highest good of the things that you're manifesting because you're stuck in an energy that is low. And the way that you unblock that is obviously by doing meditations, doing breath work, honestly, whatever resonates for you to kind of shift that energy. And you can, vision, yourself at your heart space, at your solar plexus, at your third eye, and you can just envision it going in a clockwise motion. Because if you go in a counterclockwise, you're actually unwinding it. So it actually might be beneficial. Sorry, I'm rambling, but it'll make sense. If you get it, you get it. If not, I'm sorry. Let's say, for example, your heart chakra, okay? You know that you have a blockage there. You can actually go in a counterclockwise method to open it up and just kind of envision all that gooey, nasty stuff that shouldn't be there anymore just kind of being pulled out, and all that stuff coming out, and then replace what you take out with something that brings you unconditional love or faith or pure, whatever it might be. Replace it with love. That's what I always do. Replace it with love and go in a clockwise motion this time, because then you're putting it back together, and then it spins in a clockwise motion, which is the correct motion. I hope that makes sense, because I tried to break that down on a very basic level for time reasons. Doing that actually can help. It really can. And make sure before you do any type of energy work, you obviously open up sacred space. You call in your guides, your angels, your ancestors, whomever you source from, and, whoever you connect with and work with, and, proceed from your level of comfortability, obviously. Yeah, just be careful of that. Be careful of your energy. Watch your thoughts. See what I'm saying? Watch your thoughts. And whatever you're experiencing right now, be careful who you're communicating with, because, it's like too many birds chirping in your ear. It can get kind of overwhelming sometimes. I hope that makes sense, because I'm actually, the way that this is coming out, it's very hesitant. I don't know what that is. It's a hesitation, but there's a connection here. It's so beautiful, but there's a hesitation. I don't know if you're is it here yet? Is this it? Is that it? Questioning maybe, but there's a hesitation on this energy, and it's you see it from a distance. You see it, you yearn for it, you feel it. It's either coming together, it's in the process of coming together. You might not have any idea of this, you might not see it at all, and it's just kind of comes out of nowhere, and you're whoa, who is this person? It's somebody who you're going to meet where there's this very strong connection. It could be somebody who you know from the past, or it could be somebody new who triggers that inner child, youthful energy. You see what I'm saying? Make sure you're not lying to yourself about something. There could be something that's being hidden. And make sure that you're not holding on to your finances too tightly. I know that can be a double-edged sword, but don't jam up. That's all I'm saying. It's don't jam up something. This is interesting. A lot of the color red. Be careful that you're aware of things that are going on around you. If you just make sure that the people who you're connecting with are truthful and honest about who they really are. If you're connecting with somebody online, just be careful. Make sure that they are really the person who you expect them to be. Because I'm seeing a little bit of a hesitation with something where it's too good to be true. You might want to, double check something there before you meet somebody, maybe video chat them or FaceTime them, or, you know what I mean? Just so that you know that the person who you're meeting is actually the person on the other end of the phone. I feel like you're going to come to a crossroads with something. I feel like you're going to have to make a decision. And I feel like this decision that you're going to have to make is like, do you go back to repeating the past, or do you move forward into something that is the unknown? Are you going to move forward into the unknown, or are you going to resort to the past? It's like, what drives you? Is it money or is it romance? Is it stability or is it love? Like, what, like, I don't know what that means. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out just as much as you guys are. It's like, be careful of where your intentions are, or be careful of the person who you're dealing with, where their intentions are. Because you could be connecting with somebody from the past who doesn't have the best intentions, but there's an obvious connection here that's coming together. So if you're dealing with multiple people, you're going to have to use your best judgment with this, because there's somebody who doesn't have the best intentions. And it could be money related, but you would know. Like, you would 100% without a doubt know that this is the person, that is that person. However, on the other side of that, you have another connection that has yet to come in. It's at a distance. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a decision to move forward from something in the past that had some deception, some level to it. Somebody could be revealing some type of truth to you too. Somebody could also have been wearing a false mask about how they truly feel. I see that as well. Where you could be dealing with a masculine energy who had a false mask the whole time. It's like you didn't know that they felt this way, or you didn't expect this type of reveal of something. It's like, what do you want to invest in? And then I keep getting pulled to, what is it, love that you're after, or is it financial security that you're after? I don't know what that's about, but I would definitely take that into consideration if that applies to you. There's something that's going to be revealed to you. I keep getting pulled back to somebody revealing some type of a truth to somebody because they were wearing a false mask. So you could have somebody around you who you least expect type of deal who comes forward with some type of information. It's like something sneaking up out of nowhere. Yeah, there's adjacent possibilities here. There are many opportunities that are going to come forward to you, and I feel like you're going to be a little bit confused. Because it's like, I could do this, I could do that, but one of these doors is romance. For sure. But you're moving forward. You're having some type of insight too. It's like you're gaining clarity to something. You're going to see the possibilities of something, or you're going to see which door it is that you need to walk through. You're going to get some type of like message or synchronicity, or something's going to stand out to you that's going to give you the answer that you're seeking. But see, you already have all the information that you need in order to figure out whatever this is. Whether it be connecting to finances, a relationship, or an opportunity with someone new. I hope that lands. Yeah, because there's an emotional healing that's taken place. You could be connecting with somebody who has fire in their chart, maybe operating off of a Leo placement, maybe. So you're being big time guided. It's like somebody's guides are stepping in, and they're going to reveal something. It's like somebody's looking one direction and your guides are looking in another direction. That's a message for somebody. You could have been dating around. You could have been, could have had a lot of options. Been seeing a couple people here and there. And that might be where the deception is, because you're not quite sure, like, which way to go. Because you have so many opportunities that are in front of you with people, with situations, with And see, it's over romance, so I gotta say people, it's like you could be dating around, or the person you're connecting with is dating around, and there's a lot of opportunities around them, a lot of possibilities, but they're being guided to take a specific direction. But there's a decision that needs to be made, and it could have to do with love and money. And I hate to say that, but that's what I see. Make sure that you're not like lying to yourself about something. It could be about how you feel about another person. Just make sure that you're being honest with yourself about how you truly feel about the people around you. Because you have 2 7s here, and then you have 2 3s. So you're also at a completion of something. Completion of some type of cycle or chapter. Woman holding a heart. A little bit of reluctancy to express emotions. You could have seen something with somebody in the past. It's like something being revealed to you about some type of deception with somebody in the past. You could be connecting with someone, and it gets exposed that maybe they were dating other people, maybe they had a lot of other people around them, and it kind of in turn makes you a little bit hesitant to invest. But see, you have a lot of emotion here because you're holding the key to the door to the romance. See, that's what that is. Interesting. So this might be the person who's coming towards you. There's communication that needs to take place, or something needs to happen with the throat chakra, because there's a lot of passion involved here, and I feel like it needs to be communicated, because the feminine energy sees the connection, but the masculine energy might still be at a distance with it, because they might have a couple things going on for them right now involving their past. But there's an undeniable connection. Now, you might actually have a decision to make between a couple different people because somebody isn't really prepared for something right now. What? This is like 3 different stories here. And they're all somehow connected, and I don't know. You could have been connecting with another energy who could have had fire in their chart or earth in their chart. And they were dating around a lot. Like, they were dating people, obviously. And they chose something other than the connection that they had with you. And because they made that decision, I feel like something's coming back around, because you have journey here. So it's like you might have walked away from somebody who had a lot of options, but then you have your own options now. And it's like, what are you going to pick? What are you going to go after? Because there's something here where it's like you're already on your journey, like your bags are packed, you're going after something new. The path is already lit. Door to spirit. Yeah, there's a higher calling for something. Healer of the ages. There's a healing that's taking place. Yeah, for abundance. Interesting. It's like either you're recognizing that you have a higher calling for something, or somebody who you're connecting with is going to realize that they have a higher calling for something. Because it's like the fact that these are here worth waiting for. It's interesting because I hate to say it, but it's like I don't want to say that somebody's been waiting, but like you could have been kind of waiting for somebody, and it's like this person, there's an opportunity on the board where somebody could step forward. But there's also an opportunity for somebody to walk away. To create their own stability. To go after what their heart truly desires. Because there's a higher calling. Like, there's a feminine energy who's more connected with spirit than anything else. And it's like you're going to go after that higher calling. It's all over the board. And there's somebody who could be lingering from the past, or who's just watching you. I don't know what this is. But it's like this person might have a lot of people around them. But it's like they're just watching you. Like, they're watching you make decisions. struggling to communicate, knowing that there's a connection here. I'm a little bit frustrated, I'm not gonna lie. Because at first it looks so beautiful, and then it was like, okay, what is this stunt that this person's pulling or this energy's pulling? If this is a decision that you have to make, where it's like you have to make a decision on to not, it's like you have to make a decision about a connection that maybe you're not seeing the truth about, you could be the one who has a lot of options, and then you have to like look at somebody from a different perspective because there's a higher purpose for the connection. That could also be a scenario. Yeah, because you have patience at the bottom of the deck, which is really interesting, because it's going to take time because you have worth waiting for here too. So it's like you know about some type of a connection. Now, whether you're finishing something from the past, which is very possible, you could be in the midst of walking away from something to get to something new. But it's like you know that something else is out there. So this tells me that you have to know who this person is, or you have an idea of this person. Or like maybe you just met them, or you're about to just meet them. Because it's like, when will this happen? When will this take place? And it's like there's something that still might be getting wrapped up from the past, and that might be what's causing this delay, because something needs to be aligned appropriately. Because there's a higher purpose for it. But there could be some confusion because there could be outside influences. Like you could be connecting with a lot of people, and when you start to connect with a lot of people, you start to get like, tired, physically like exhausted, emotionally exhausted. So watch who you're connecting with, and be honest with yourself about the people who you are connecting with, and make sure that it's, it's healthy. You know what I mean? Because maybe you're just dating a lot, and it's like you're meeting a lot of new people because, people are interested in you, and it's like, why not go out and, go on a couple dates here and there. But watch who you're exchanging energy with, because it's gonna create some type of confusion, because you're gonna get some type of an insight that's gonna come through about a connection that you already have, or of something that's already in the midst of being put together. So yeah, there's a reflection period that's going to take place, or that is taking place right now, with the Hermit card and the Eight of Swords. Yeah, being tied up about something, not wanting to make a decision, not wanting to see something clearly, going inwards to do the work. It's going to take some time, especially with the Knight of Pentacles here. There's something that's is taking time to develop. It's going to take its time to develop, because there's healing that needs to take place. The Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, there's something. Time is a huge thing with this, especially divine timing. It's like it has to be put together just right. With the Magician, yeah, having all the tools that are necessary to make something work, because something's spinning in your motion. It's like you could be connecting with an earth sign who doesn't want to make a decision right now, or an earth sign who's been hermiting. And when I mean like hermiting, I mean like this person's really like soul searching, like really diving in, really going within, really getting the answers that they seek from a soul level, on a soul level. And it's like this has been a long process for this person, and they've been pretty tied up about it, because there were a lot of illusions that needed to be revealed to this person, and so they've been taking their time building something stable within themselves on a spiritual level. And so the wheel's turning with the Magician present here. So it's like there's a choice that could be made to manifest something, to bring something back from being left out in the cold. Somebody could have been building up finances, like saving up money so that they could do something, take action towards something. Or the ability is going to present itself where you're going to be able to take action towards something. Yeah, because you've soul searched as to what your wish fulfillment is. But I feel like there's a fine line between wish fulfillment and something being toxic. I don't know if it's the attraction between you and another person, or if it's just like a strong pull between two people here. Somebody could have looked at a connection as being toxic before, but in reality it's a wish fulfillment, and that's what this person's kind of in the course of trying to figure out here. But I feel like somebody's going to make some type of an offer here, especially from the Knight of Pentacles to the Knight of Cups. It's like some type of an apology or a gesture, like a small gesture. Especially with all that blue, it's like a lot of healing took place. Like I feel like somebody had to face their own inner demons. Like they had to face their own shadow, really. And it was like a, you know, like a it was basically like I'm getting like a dark night of the soul type of feeling, where this person could have been out of communication for a period of time. Yeah, because there's been some reflection that's been taking place. But there's still hope for this connection. There's still hope that you'll be accepting of some type of an offer. Because like for a period of time, it was like not laziness, but definitely a lot of reflection that was being taken place. And it's like it's like feeling hopeless and not feeling like you have the tools necessary to do something. So a healing had to take place in order for this person to realize what their true strength was internally. That's pretty deep. Like somebody had to find themselves, had to find their worth. Damn. Yeah, finding a balance between the head and the heart. You could have been dealing with somebody who had addiction issues or like mental health issues or something of that nature. And this person worked very, very hard on themselves to get to where they are. That might be why there's such like a disconnect here, because I feel like this person was facing their shadow, and because they had to face their shadow, they really had to go within. And even though there's an obvious connection between the two of you, that might have frightened somebody. It struck a chord to the point of where it actually caused like a complete dismantle of like who they were as a person, and they had to like regain clarity of themselves. That's really deep shit. That's really, really deep shit. Because they know that their wish fulfillment is to build something stable, a stable home life. This person might even want to get into business with you in some way, shape, or form. But it's like they walk a fine line between something being a wish fulfillment and something being toxic. And I feel like it's actually, it might be more on their end, where it's like, can they do it? Can they not do it? Like, I'm just hearing, can I do it? Can I not do it? Like, am I going to be strong enough? Like, there's something like that there. And I feel like that actually goes deeper into a more personal level than some people are willing to put into words. I don't want to dive too deep into that because it's very personal. But it's like, can I do this? Do I have the strength to do this? Have I been through enough to do this? Like, can I do this? Queen of Cups. Yeah, it's like somebody coming forward and somebody just opening up like with open arms, like being so accepting. I feel like the feminine energy is just gonna be so accepting of this person when they decide to come in. They've been very slow moving. A lot of Virgo, Taurus energy here. Capricorn, very strong. Aries, Aquarius. You have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It's all here. But there's something very calming about this connection. Like, I don't know if, like, this Queen of Cups energy is very calming to this person. Very calming to them. Where it's like this Queen of Cups is not afraid to extend herself to the devil. Like, that's crazy. I just saw that way, where it's like this feminine energy is not afraid of who this person is, or, you know, what their hardships are or what they've been through. They're not afraid of it. It's just unconditional love. Like, that's beautiful. This is so deep. Wow. And yeah, this is karmic justice, because somebody decided to take action. There's justice here, where things can finally be balanced out, and there can be an end to something. It's an end to heartache, an ending to feeling lonely, feeling stabbed in the back, having the opportunity to heal something. Because somebody was holding on to a very in and out type of energy. Somebody was holding on to like a player lifestyle, player type of, like bachelor, bachelorette, like, like go out, have fun, nothing serious, just casual. Like somebody was really holding on to that for security, and I feel like this person had to go through a complete transformation. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see this coming. Or maybe this is you going through a complete transformation, and you're going to take this to somebody else because you're like, this is a connection that I have. Like, to each its own. I'm just here to read the energy. But this is the ending of not communicating, or this is the ending of struggling to communicate to. This is the ending of miscommunication. That's how I'll put it. This is the ending to miscommunication, because something's going to take place, and it's an obvious connection. I mean, you guys have a very powerful connection. You guys have 33 across the board. You have like 77 across the board. 44. Like, you have a lot of numbers here. Lot of numbers. And the ability to manifest it's here, but somebody's got to choose to come out of the cold. They have to choose to want it. They have to choose to follow their soul. And that is a pretty intense situation to be in. I'm going to pull some advice here. So, yeah, your advice is to remain open with communication. Go after something with passion. Follow your passion. Go after it with passion. Right. You might... There's something about journaling here, too. Journal. Create. Put something in order. I don't know what that means. Put something in order. You're also, like, I don't want to say you're being watched, but somebody, it's like you're being observed, you're being watched. Somebody sees you. Like, it could be your guides. That's kind of creepy, I'm sorry. That's really creepy. Yeah, it's your guides. Like, your guides are watching you, they're guiding you. They're keeping an eye on you, keeping a close eye on you. Get creative. That's what your advice is. Get creative. Tap into energies that you haven't tapped into in a long time. Get creative with yourself. Take this time out to enjoy what it is that you do. If somebody reaches out to you, then great. If not, then continue to work on yourself and get in alignment with who you truly are, and get into alignment with what your true soul's desire is, because a lot of people block themselves without even realizing it. So just keep yourself open and receptive to all that life has to give you, to all that the universe has to give you. Just stay receptive. And if you are dating a lot of people, maybe try to narrow down who you're spending time with, who you're giving time to, I should say. Try and narrow down who you're giving time to. Don't spread yourself too thin, because you'll get overwhelmed. You won't know what to do. This is going to be a clear, like, you're going to get some type of, like, intuitive moment, intuitive, like, breakthrough, like, some type of message being revealed to you. Like, something's going to click, but you have to be in a space to receive it. And it's going to give you all the tools that you need to manifest something. You're going to go after it, or at least the energy for you to go after it is here. But be careful with those delusions, because I do see there is some dark energy here, but I feel like it's a battle that's already won, if that makes sense. And I feel like it's going to be overcome, because the Hermit really, really soul searches, and this person somebody doesn't want to make any moves right now because they're soul searching, because they want to figure out what their wish fulfillment is, because they want to figure out what they want to invest their time into. But they're going to come out of it here, but it's going to be very slow. It's going to need a lot of patience. It's going to take a lot of time. See, that's the thing. Like, this stuff isn't just overnight. Like, this will take time. So I hope that these messages helped, and I look forward to connecting with you guys shortly for the Sagittarius and Leo videos. So again, I am open for personal readings, so please just email me about those, and I look forward to connecting with you guys soon. Take care.